ever see a car on the road and imagine who's driving it? Well, you're not alone, and in part 1 we went over a few cars and what they say about their drivers. So welcome to part 2. If you haven't seen the first part, go watch it after this one's over. But while you're here, be on the lookout for this guy. I made this list by using the suggestion that you guys gave me. So first is the Camaro. Every time you get in the car, you whisper, America, before you start it up. Transformers is your favorite movie, and not because Megan Fox is in it, but because Michael Bay sexualized Camaros in a way nobody thought was possible. From that point on, whenever you have free time, you drive around acting like you're Shia LaBeouf, but to everybody else, it just looks like you're having a fever dream. Obviously, you don't wear glasses because it's hard enough to see blind spots in that car, so every time you merge lanes, you just say a prayer and hope you don't hit anybody. Unlike somebody. The only emotion I feel when I look at BMWs is rage, because they leak so much oil that when I drive behind them, I'm sliding around like a villain in a James Bond movie. Or because at night, it feels like you threw a flashbang into my passenger seat because you constantly drive with your brights on. Clearly, it's the only headlight function you're capable of using because you and I both know blinkers are off the table. I don't know if it's a trust issue thing from your mom dropping you as a kid and you think people won't let you over, but maybe it's just me. Maybe I've had it wrong the whole time, and blinkers are another thing you have to pay a monthly fee to use. So if that's the case, I'm sorry. Sorry you bought a BMW. No matter what event you go to, you make it your mission to tell people what you drive. And I just want to be the first to tell you, we do not care. Subaru. Yes, water, cigarettes, and burning coolant. The car smokes and so do you. Truly a match made in heaven. If you got a problem, box me. And yes, that's a pun. As I walk over to this Miata, instantly I can imagine who's driving it. Just like the angel and devil on my shoulders, there's two sides. Those of you who treat it like it's your baby and do all the little Miata winks at people, and add the 2 teeth on it when Halloween rolls around. It's a very friendly looking car and you know that, so you embrace it. Or maybe you're the complete opposite, and as soon as you bought it, you dropped the LS in it, put a lift kit on it with huge mud tires, and set off to go live in the woods for a week. No matter what side of the spectrum you're on, pretty much all of you guys are fun to be around. You get a gold star from me. We've all been around a Civic driver. If I wanted to be woken up by the sound of a lawnmower in the middle of the night, I would have just slept in a public park. You've absolutely abused your Civic just because it's a Honda and you think it's bulletproof. I could go on Facebook Marketplace right now and find a Honda Civic with the nastiest interior known to man. Why do some of you guys think it's okay to just sell the car with dried hepatitis in the backseat? Half of you think the Civic comes from the factory with race car power, and because of that end up ricing it out with a big wing and an unnecessarily loud exhaust. Then you go and throw some stickers on it that you stole from a kindergartner and slap a tow hook on your bumper that's just gonna get ripped off as soon as anybody tries to use it. Then the other half of you guys that actually build a race car and take it to the track know you got that big old beautiful Chromebook sitting in the passenger seat. No matter what, you swear by your car as being the best vehicle ever produced. As I look at this Tesla, I know there's a few kinds of people that come to mind. Number one, you got the car because you have a hero complex and think you're saving the planet, so you look down on anyone who uses combustion engines. Or maybe you're just a nerd who likes electric vehicles and sees the car as a status symbol. You got this cringy LOL gas plate that nobody ever thought was funny, but we let you have it because it was the closest you've ever been to having a personality. Kia boys! Shoot, man, you're the guy that bought the Stinger because you know it's a nice platform to build on, but it's only been 1 day since you bought it and the only race you've won against anything so far was Dodge, by saying which car would get stolen faster, since all they needed was a USB cable and their lucky penny to get full access to yours. I wish I could say things were different for you K5 owners, but it's actually worse. Even more people are after your car because of the chokehold it has on TikTok girls. Next we have the car with one of the most overused but fitting jokes. It's not a problem if you do like men, we just want you to stop lying about it. First thing you did when you got it was straight piping, and now it's just as loud as the Civics driving down the street at 3 a.m. There's just not as many people to call you out for it because you have a V8. You're glad that you finally have a leg up in the domestic conversation because you're the last V8 left between the three. To infinity and beyond with the G37. If you drive a G37 coupe, you're a respectable human. Nothing against you. But if you drive the sedan, ew. The sedans are the ones I always see on takeover videos sliding around blowing out people's eardrums with their trumpet exhaust. Your car is always a soft color like cream, and it's only cream because you never wash it. Regardless of that, you still enjoy the car and push it to the limits every chance you get. And to be honest, the same goes for the 35. Coupe owners are refined Japanese businessmen, and the sedan owners are the kind of people that you walk on the other side of the street just to avoid. Oh, I can hear the last member of the band pulling up now in the Z. I know you wish you had the Nismo, but it's okay, we still accept you just the same. You probably drive a manual, but if you don't, you wish you did. I guess I don't really have too much to say about you guys, so I'll move on to the Prius. Just like the Tesla, you think you're better than everybody. You're the same nerd from my last video who brags about fuel economy and other meaningless numbers to inflate your ego. I tried to make the list longer to include as many cars as possible, but of course I still couldn't get all of them. And I want to thank all of you guys for the recent support you've been giving me. Anyways, I love you. Bye.